Welcome to Rangers Radio.
What a goal by Steele, he followed that up, and whoop, in it goes.
Why not give the show a call on 01413561972.
Rangers up in the scoring, up in Tawdry, 12 minutes of the match remaining. A stunner from Kenny Miller, rifles it into the roof of the net.
Or send Fox a friend request on Skype at RangersRadio.online.
He's gone into the middle, McSwegan's in there too. Will it come from McSwegan? There's his header, and he scores! What a substitution! Running inside, is he going to let flies in? He scores! Good ball! Scores for Rangers!
Nacho Lobo with one kick of the ball to take Rangers to Manchester. Rangers are coming! The Scots are heading for Manchester, and you know what? Manchester may not be big enough.
Remember, it's all about the Rangers.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel tonight as the one and only Bridgeman and Big Ulster. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Doing very well, thank you very much. Good to hear you all.
Yeah, can I just say a big good evening to the guys in the panel, huge good evening to the guys in the lobby, and a massive good evening to all the Rangers fans all over the world. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, some big news broke today, Ulster. I don't know if you've seen it. I think it was mainly on the Financial Times. Did you see it?
Oh, no.
No. Over the sugar tax kicking in, that's the Fox finished with the vodka and coke, mate. There's a statement in there for the Fox saying no more vodka and soda water for him now, Bridge.
No way.
Right. No more highs then. It's all lows for Foxy boy.
Vodka and soda water is on now.
Oh, I tell you what. But seriously, that's bad, you know. That's bad. Poor Fox. Poor Fox.
He said to me today, he said it'd be cheaper having a cider in my vodka.
Give me a big 4-litre bottle of cider and a bottle of vodka and 2 bottles of cider to go with.
Why on the cider, the coke too, dear?
Well, you know, as Foxy's been intimating, that's probably about the price it would cost for a 6-pack of coke now. Based on what he's saying with the sugar tax.
It's not that. The timing's all right. I mean, he needed his vodka and coke this week just to help through the week, you know.
Excuse me.
Nah, I'm glad
we
we
all
can laugh.
doing with vodka and coke.
Oh, no, me, mate. I'm teetotal. You see me on Saturday, Sunday morning, British fresh as a daisy.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
What time did you actually drive down the road?
We'll talk
did you go on Sunday or during the night?
But I'll talk about it after, yeah.
Okay then, right. You're a shocker.
Well, that's terrible, isn't it? Anyway, obviously, just from the time we're going to maybe start looking forward to talk about football and move on a wee bit. Oh, here we go again. We keep shooting myself in the foot, Big Ulster. We want to get behind the club. We want to get behind the team. Board come out with statements, or a board member comes out with statements. It's not for the board. It's a board member in an interview. We can't unite really behind the manager. We can't unite behind the players. We can't unite behind the board. We need a focal point, mate. Who's it going to be and how are we going to get one?
I don't know at the minute, to be honest. I was hoping personally, you know, the Murray situation, I just think that obviously the players, in my opinion, or elements of the players, obviously aren't with the guy, whether that's right or wrong. I know people have different opinions, so for me, I'd like to see our board going for another manager, or at least putting somebody else in charge, and taking the steam probably away from Mr. Murray. And I don't see why they could, you know, surely with Derek McInnes at that time, when obviously he didn't want to manage the club, but we were interested, we should have been looking at a manager from then. And for some reason, you know, it just looks like, I don't think there's anything really in the pipeline, to be honest. I think the board don't really know where to go from here at the minute. And if they just sort of, you want to see some statements and, a clarity of where you're going and what they're doing behind the scenes, but then obviously a board member comes out tonight and tells us everything's rosy.
I don't particularly want to see statements of where we're going. I want to see statements of things that's happening, Bridge. I want to see the announcement now. It might be they're tied to the 1st of May or something before they can make an announcement because of previous deals about the strip packages, whatever. I want to see a press conference. This is our new strip. And I want to see players being brought in pre-contract. I want to see a new manager lined up. And then we can start moving forward. That Bridge?
I think, look, the way Rangers are going about their business right at this moment in time is quite scandalous. We're under no illusion there. As fans, we're not being treated very well at all. What you're finding is that the newspapers, which we hate, both those red tops that serve as Glasgow and the west of Scotland,
the base circulations are fallen by roughly 15%, Bridge.
Exactly. I mean, we absolutely detest them. As Rangers fans, we detest them and all the people that work in them. We know that there's some aren't as bad, and we think that Rangers are using at least one reporter, and particularly the Sun. And that's probably what they're somehow or other, the Rangers think this is okay to talk to the Sun, and the story's going to get out. I'm sorry. I know they've got to use the newspapers to put the stories out. I'm sorry. Not in Scotland. They can't. There's a war going on, to all intents and purposes, with the fans and these papers, and of course the BBC. If the fans don't pick up the paper to read it, what's the point in putting it into the Sun? That's my first statement. What's the point in now Rangers putting any statement in the Sun? Why don't they put it on their website? If the fans aren't there picking the paper up, they might be able to read it on the website. If they don't read it on the website for whatever reason, maybe they're not internet savvy and so on and so forth, then they'll still be buying the Sun in all probability in the Daily Record. Make up our mind what we're doing. Are we sending something out to a lot of fans, or are we sending something out to a few fans by using the Sun? And I think they're just doing more and more damage to the club by using these red tops. I really do. I sincerely believe it, because all they want to do is kill us. Sorry, guys.
No, I just wanted to quickly say there, Bridge, if you're on about the Alistair Johnson, I don't actually think he was speaking to the Sun. I think he's been speaking to somebody else, and obviously the Sun went with the story. I don't think they were actually exclusively talking to him. As far as they were,
it wasn't the Sun. Bridge, you need to start doing your homework.
I'm in the Sun. You told me it was in the Sun, and I went in the Sun to look at it.
You've been in the Sun too long, I think. That's the trouble.
Okay. Well, I'm only saying the story is in the Sun.
They're just copy and pasting it. That's the standard of journalism you've got. They don't do anything, they just rob it. Ibrox, it's a statement that's went, I think it looks as if it's abroad. It's been made chatting to somebody, am I right?
Yeah, I think you're right, Ox. I think it was a radio station.
Sorry, Ulster.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. And then obviously he's obviously been any coach he said. There's obviously a lot of British papers and different Rangers outlets are obviously taking the quotes and then firing it back out there.
It's just I mean, when you go, Bridge.
I was going to. I'll ask the question, and maybe I should have started off asking myself the question. Which way is Johnson? Johnson's released a statement or a story in an interview. Who's he expecting to be reading this? Is he expecting the Rangers fans to be reading it to say we're all right, or who's it targeted at? Because before I get too upset about it, right? Because it's in the Sun, I would just like to know what kind of statement is it, insofar as the club's concerned. Is it from the club, or is it just from him giving his?
Johnston, mate.
I'm saying, is it just from him giving his opinion?
He's having a chat with somebody, yeah.
Right, okay.
But the
it was actually a tweet of Ronnie Asplin. He just went on at PA Sport Wire soon at Rangers FC. That's just tagging to different people. Director Alistair Johnson on the club's progress and Graham Murdy. And then obviously he tweeted that just before the interview went live, and then obviously everybody then has known where to tune in to listen to it, and that's where everybody's getting the quotes from Alistair Johnson from.
I think it's PA Sports Wire, whatever that is. I think it's an American station to me, yeah. And then obviously that's the trouble with our club, and what everybody's looking for avenues to get stories, and especially this week, Bridgeman.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know,
I just don't understand. I don't understand half the shit. The amount of trouble that's going on now, and somebody mentioned the Sun, so I'm in the Sun, and there it's there. I haven't seen anything. This is the first thing I've seen today, other than the usual shit that comes out.
No, what's your number? What's your language, mate? You have to be barred like everybody else.
I go on to follow, and I get most of my news about Rangers on follow or on here. And when you told me there's a statement from, or something from Alistair Johnson, I couldn't believe it, right? Because I've been on follow most of the day, and there's been nothing there regarding what's happening. All of a sudden, there's this statement that comes out, and where am I reading it? I'm reading it in the Sun online. Really and truly, I can't explain it. I can't explain my feelings. I've got that much. I just absolutely hate these newspapers. I absolutely hate them.
But it's nothing to do with the newspapers this time, Bridge. They've just uplifted a story for elsewhere and put it so that people will look at it. Yeah, that's all I've done. Right, look, let's get it. Ulster, for people who haven't seen it, maybe if somebody, I take it, I'll put a link in the lobby. Let's hear the crux of it. Read out some of the things that were said, mate, before we ask for callers.
Right, hold on, just to find this again. Hold on. Let's see. Yep, so here we are. We are probably doing a little bit better than we would have imagined back in the dark days of running out at Brecon. Trying to think. Keeps popping up with links here, Doc. Sorry. And in the fourth tier, you have to look back. The fans have been terrific, as I would have expected them to be. I'm asking them to hang in there, and hopefully they will be rewarded. In terms of looking forward from where we were 4 or 5 years ago at the bottom, the progress that has been gradually made, we are probably ahead of the curve in reality. If we finish second or third, we are making progress. Hopefully the curve will be fast, but it is still going to be gradual. It is not going to happen overnight. We have had the discipline of saying that we will evaluate the situation at the end of the season, and the reason that we choose that is at any given time during the period of Graham Murray's tenure, there has been a lot of support for him, and sometimes there has been not so much support. This is all coach. We as a board have to take a very objective view and not be kind of swayed by the last result, whether it is positive or negative. Certainly, the weekend wasn't a good weekend for us. I was there. But as I said, we have to be disciplined as a board and not be swayed by emotions at any one game. We have to look at the bigger picture. We owe that to the club. That's what we are placed to do. Statement end.
All right. Look, if people want to join us, it's 0141 356 1972 or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online.
What was that phone number again?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Well done,
backwards, Brig.
No, you're all right, bud. Old school's put it on. Old school's put it in the
right, look,
the lobby.
We talk about the big picture, and I don't want to get into too much personalities, but the big picture is ultimately we've made managerial mistakes, mate. We can talk about some of the positive things we've done, things being done properly, or try to be done properly within the stadium, improve things, do things off the park, kit deal on its way, etc. But ultimately, the two big decisions in the last, let's say, 14 months, the board have got really wrong, and that's the reason for me, and I'll go on the panel and any caller wants to phone up with a different view, we'll be glad to hear from them. That's the reason the support are imploding. We were playing against our bitterest rivals. with somebody standing at the park who comes across as a decent fella, out his depth, inexperienced, lost the dressing room, obvious to anybody who was there on Sunday. And it's not just a one-off game. We've won one game in 5, so it's not just a reaction to Sunday's match. Ulster.
Yeah, I agree. Not there. I think that's taking the fans for a ride, to be honest, because it's easy to say, and it would be. I would agree too. See, if you lose a game and everybody's going mental, I think we'd be the first ones on here to say, look, all right, it was a bad game, blah blah blah, but look at the other positives, look at the other games. But unfortunately, this has been an ongoing thing, and it's a running joke on here, as you know. Like, I come over all the time, I hardly ever see the team winning, so it's not a thing that's been happening. And I'm over quite a lot, so it's not something that's been happening, here and there. It's happening pretty regularly. I think our form at Ibrox has been just been pathetic, to be honest. And then we're going into these, as you say, you win one game in 5 at a crucial time in the season where we're still in the fight. And then, I think it's just been now is just the tip of the iceberg for us. There's much more, as I say, that's been wrong, but I think that the thing that now has just really got our goal is seeing our team implode with no fight and no heart in that game against our biggest rivals. And I think that has brought it to a head. So for Alistair Johnson, a person who's on the board or at our club, to come out and say, you can't go mad over one game. No. I've got to be asking, has he been watching our team this season, or? You know what I mean?
It ain't one game, is it? If we'd won the 4 previous game and had a disaster on Saturday, we'd all be anxious to get to Hearts, and we'd be saying if things go right, we can still win the league. And it's ultimately we've done all right. We've had one good game, but it ain't just that, is it, Bridge?
No, it's not. It's been a whole series of them. I just think this is a senior director of the company at Rangers. I don't understand why he's come out with this kind of stuff when everybody can see it's just plain in the nose in your face. We've got quite big problems on the park that we're trying to resolve. If he's talking from a business perspective, then don't put it into the Sun. Oh, sorry, I'm away again. I'm sorry. He's
not put it in the Sun.
I know he hasn't. I've just said that. I know.
Yeah, right. Well, okay, we've been joined by a couple of callers. They both got one thing in common: Empire biscuits. One makes a lovely one, and one eats a mean one. Woody Bear and Big Al, how we doing, gentlemen?
Hi guys, how are we?
How we doing, Big Al?
You in parcel? Not bad. Look, guys, can I just take the platform for a minute?
You carry on, mate. You carry on.
I've really been enjoying the drive home from work. It's been some wonderful debate, especially last night. I thought it was absolutely entertainment par excellence, so I'd like to give you all credit for that. A couple of things. Time to reflect. I like what True says, True Blue, and I also like what Big Al says, Big 69er.
63. What he does in his spare time's up to him, Big Al.
He's my big 69er. Anyway, if he's out there, all the love to you, big fella. If the board can't progress, they have to go, right? There's still people sympathetic to the board, but we're the people that have to judge the board. Especially you guys. You are on top. He's going to the games. The Bridgeman season ticket. Can't wait. He's like a dug with 2 dicks, so to speak. When you were hearing him the other week, a season ticket come through, and that's great. But at the moment, I think the board are letting us down. King made a rod for his own back, really, becoming away with figures 20, 30 million, things like that. So that's the expectation to the outset. That was the expectation. There's the door. That's what we're all saying to each other. But really, I don't think they've not produced this investment. Now, I heard these last night talking about 3.5 to 4 million investment for a strip deal. That's pennies, really, isn't it? In the grand scheme of things. We still then need contracts to come in for other sponsorship, other things like that. Take it up to 10, 12 million. Gives a realistic chance of bringing in some quality players. I mean, 1 year's kit sponsorship money is really effectively one real good player for us.
Would pay for
or
Penner.
maybe 2.5.
Would pay for Penner.
Well, that's as well. I mean, that's a big thing as well that the board done, because by all accounts it's on the never. So to put us into debt, is that
most transfers are
is
like
that financial? Yeah, I know, but I know that, but look, if the board can't get it, they've got a duty of care to step aside and bring in investment. But the lack of investment is telling me that they're entrenched here. I think they're digging their heels and they don't want to go.
I'll tell you how I see it. I'll tell you how I see it, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
We've started getting my letters through. I don't know if you're a shareholder, big man.
I've got some, aye.
Did you get your letter through?
No, it goes to my parents in Scotland.
Okay.
Forward that to my office in Sydney here.
All right, mate. So people have started getting their letters through. So that's got to be done first before we can do anything in that stage. Once again, maybe you could argue that they've been too slow. It could have been sorted sooner. It always looked as if it was going to happen. So that has to be sorted, and then maybe the share option. As far as where we go for investment, that's the job of the people at the top of the club to try and bring in investors.
Yeah.
I don't know how we could do that, Al, as fans, apart from putting our horn in our pocket and putting a wee bit more of our money in, but that's not going to bring you in. People are pretty much
how
maxed
much does a season
out.
ticket's worth, big fella? That's the biggest investment in the clubs.
Let's just say people pay an average $450 for a season ticket. They buy a tote, that's £500. They spend another £50 going to Ibrox. You're up to maybe get £1,500 a year. No, that's their budget just to go and watch the football, you know.
Aye. But the outside, see, there's another thing that I look at it. Sorry to take the floor for so long.
No, you carry on and then we'll get you in, mate.
The other thing is, I mean, it comes down to the old thing. It's too many Chiefs and not enough Indians.
We need a focal point, big man. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, Murray was a focal point, right? Whether you like him or you don't, but he made the decisions. At the end of the day, he made these decisions, whether they were right or wrong. But he made the decisions. Now we've got guys in Hong Kong putting in a couple of million. I've got guys wherever else putting in a couple of million. Soft loans, Mr. Park, he's now chairman or under chair, whatever it is. There's no clear direction. There's no leader, I don't think. Mr. King's absent. He's in South Africa, as you say. It's no hard. I can pick up the phone. I can phone you from my car if I feel like it in Australia, you know what I mean? So it's no hard to communicate. There has to be a focal point there. Somebody make the one decision. Somebody with a greater investment than the others, because I think if I'm putting £2 million in or £3 million or £4 million, I want to say where that money's going to. Because they're businessmen. They're not just... They're not a lottery when I say, here, there's £5 million, do what you like with it. They've got to have input in. Where are you putting my £4 million? Where are you putting my £2 million, you know? So I think that's...
I think one of the
it's not very good for the club.
One of the big troubles is, mate, with this on
Pardon me.
What we've done with the manager's fee, Mark Warburton, mate. Mark Warburton gave players contracts that were unbelievably long, and I'm not wanting to have a go at them, Jason Holt, Andy Halliday, but they got deals that they weren't justified. Then Warburton left, Kachina came in. We got players who should never have been at Ibrox, and we all know who they are. And then we've had the uncertainty going forward. Now, that has cost us millions, mate.
Yes,
millions and millions of pounds. If you take the players that we've got that are in our team, it will be a bigger budget than any other team in Scotland, bar the one above
definitely.
us.
So the only people I can see that control that and they make the decisions are the people on the board. Yeah. So ultimately, they're responsible for those appointments. As I'll reiterate, if they can't get proper investment, they can't manage the club properly, because they've got a duty of care to us as fans, they should then step aside. No hard feelings. Step aside, find other people that can. But maybe they've been looking, and there's just nobody else out there that's willing to take it as well.
That's what we don't know, Al. That's what we don't know, you know.
I have to go, guys, but thanks again for taking my call, and I'll put you over to... I see Rudy's one of the coconut snowballs.
Well, you like them as well, mate.
like them. You take care, Rudy.
If we're really honest, mate, there's no a cake at Disney like.
I see you as a deep fried Mars bar, man.
With me?
Aye.
Oh, no. Bit of lettuce, not me, mate. Bit of lettuce.
Would you wrap it in lettuce and deep fry it? But you take care, gentlemen.
Right,
Honestly,
Big Al,
God,
speak to you soon.
gentlemen. Keep
How
on
you
your
doing?
way.
Bye, Al.
Take care.
Cheers, mate. Ultimately, the big man's been proved right. I mean, he's been banging on for 6 months that there's no focal point in the club. Leadership's, I think his words has been strong leadership. Rudy Bear's joined us, and also Fox is sitting there in the background. He's lip trembling still, bridge man. How we doing, Rudy?
How you doing, guys? He's Big Al's got a point, hasn't he? When you look at what's been happening there the last sort of few months, we just like all over the place, you know. There doesn't seem to be any true leadership, real leadership. And it seems to be for the top of the club right down to the pitch side and on the park as well, it has to be said. There's that much to be sorted, and it kind of negates a wee bit the good stuff that the board has done, like the retail deal. And if it's true, what it seems to be about the new kit deal, you know, Big Al's saying, so I say it's $4 million a year, a 3-year contract or whatever the case is with the kit deal. You know, Al's saying it's pennies really, but I can't really agree with that. When he said that, I think that if it is $4 million a year, I think it's a pretty good deal for where we've been, where we've come up for. I think it's a pretty good deal to be going only for the next 3 years, to be honest. He's maybe right. It maybe does just that one contract does just buy as a decent player. But I can't agree with some of the stuff that Alan Johnson has said in that piece that he done with whoever it was he done it with in America. There's lots.
It wasn't his son.
No, I know. I got that.
Are you sure?
I got that. But I can't agree with lots of things that he says. And I know it wasn't a statement, it was just a wee gab he was having to somebody. I don't know where, like Big Ulster said, if he's thinking this is all about one game, then he couldn't have been watching Rangers this season, in my opinion. Because home games alone, look at the amount of points we've dropped at home. So it's not just about one game, it's about the performance of the whole season up to this point. We're near enough at the end of the season. We've got 5 games to go, haven't we? And then that's it. You know, and I think the sooner we get to the end of the season, the better. But one thing that does come here for what he said is Graham Murty's gone nowhere until the end of the season. I kind of hoped that Graham Murty would have had it within himself to go in and say it. Do you know,
Rudy? I want Graham Murty not to be there on Sunday. I don't even want him to do the interview tomorrow, personally.
Yeah, I get that because...
For us... Also for him, mate, they're not being fair on him. Take him away. Just say him out. Where you go, son? Go on holiday.
Take him out the fire line.
In fact, I don't even know if I want him at the club anymore, Rudy. And I didn't think I'd say that because I thought if he lost that job, he should just go back to what he's doing. I've got to the stage he might be better leaving altogether.
I don't see how.
I think he'll be forced to leave. I think he'll be forced to leave.
I don't see how he can go back to the under-20s guys because some of the vitriol now for the Rangers support towards him. It's all our social media. All you need to do is just have a look at social media and you'll see it. There's also now a rumour coming out that the players in the dressing room are backing Kenny Miller and Lee Wallace. He's completely, if that's true, he's completely lost the dressing room altogether. They come the weekend against Hearts. You know, if we play badly and we lose again at Ibrox, there's no way, surely there's no way he can stay there to the end of the season. It just, so like...
Beggars belief.
Another managerial victim then, eh?
There's a petition being put in the lobby and I'd ask anybody to sign it. It's Fox, he wants to get rid of the sugar tax.
Similar to the Boston Tea Party with a Boston Sugar Party.
How we doing, Fox?
Not well, mate, at all.
Isaac,
No, I think that you should get a discount if you're a pensioner, mate. They shouldn't. Sugar's not going to do me any harm at my age. I shouldn't have to pay for it. Anyway, what are we talking about? The board or the football?
We're talking about the Alistair. Basically, the crux of the matter is the Alistair Johnston statement, mate. I don't know if you've seen that, mate.
I have seen it, mate.
What's your view? You're a fair guy. Naive,
incompetent, but no meaning to be incompetent. I think they think they're doing the best job that they can, mate. I've got a perfect solution for them. We know that the boys that's put the money in will eventually have control of the club. I wish they'd just be happy with that, owning the club more or less, mate. Step aside for the boardroom and bring in a professional board. They should advertise in America for people on the commercial side and actually build up a decent board, mate. They are not capable, in my eyes, of running the football side of things, the commercial side of things, and I think they should just be happy to own Rangers, mate, and step aside, as I say, and bring in professionals to run the club that know what they're doing. We can't have statements 1 minute for Mr. King to sell season tickets. We then have the disaster in the football, which has been going on for a couple of weeks, and it didn't all happen on Sunday, according to sources close to me. But apparently this started sometime last week, and it wasn't just on Sunday that this happened, the bust up between the players. And as I say, get things right in the club and then build for there and then sort out the football team. If we can bring in commercial income at a decent level, and the strip deal is a decent start, but we need more than that to challenge. And I just think we need professionals in a professional position within the club, mate. They're all good businessmen in their own right, but football's no their game, mate.
Do we need to change the executives in the club?
Everybody cleared the whole lot out, mate, for me. Mm-hmm. And advertise and get the best professionals you can. If you look across the city, and I hate to mention names, as you know, but they've got professionals that know every part of the game that they're in, mate. We are sadly lacking in that.
Bridgman? Yeah, on you go.
I agree 100% with what Fox is saying, but we have said this quite a while ago, and we've said it on numerous occasions. They desperately need to get decent professionals on the board. Now, they don't need to be the greatest entrepreneurs in the whole world, but they need to be good at what they do, as what Fox is saying. I mean, across the road there, they've got political figures sitting in their board. They've got ex-Bank of England deputy chairman sitting in their board. They've got God knows what else they've got sitting in their board. So they're well quoted in every aspect of business to get a political clout as well and all the rest of it. We don't even have a PR side. That's what we don't have. For Alistair Johnston to even think that that's a good statement, a good interview to be released for public acclaim in Scotland, particularly in the Rangers sport, that is badly mistaken, badly mistaken, and that's so wrong to put that out at this stage.
I would say it's a naive statement, Bridge.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Of the sensitivity of the support at the moment, how people are feeling.
Wow, I mean, I just can't believe it.
I don't deny that they've done some good things and positive things, but ultimately, we've won 1 game in 5, Bridge.
But what I mean, if you're going to say something, somebody on the board is going to say something. That's the last thing I was expecting them to say, to be honest, Maybe they come out and says, look, let's hang in there because this is happening, that's happening, that's happening. Right, we've got to give us a wee booster. Don't tell us that everything looks great to us it doesn't, right? To us as a football supporters, we don't see it. We're actually biting our nails right down to the skin here because we've got to face Hearts at Ibrox on Sunday. And we don't really have a team because we haven't heard anything from Rangers about the team. The team that were fighting on Sunday against Celtic, not on the park, but in the dressing room fighting each other. If they had taken all that fight and leathered each other, Leather Celtic on the park had been better, wouldn't it? Get a couple of people sent off for batting somebody, no for a wee stupid foul. But really and truly, that's how ludicrous the whole thing is. And this has really upset me. I have to say this, and I do apologise for my mistake about the Sun, but I hate the Sun anyway. But really and truly, that has really upset me that someone in Rangers had released an interview for us to read. And dear, oh dear, oh dear, an apology. Terrible. Just terrible. Not the content. The content's probably as good as you're going to get, but not at this stage. So the PR is a disaster for me.
It's Ox.
Yes,
no, we always go into these hypothetical things. What if I won 50 million in the lottery, mate, and at my age I've not got a lot to do with it, and I was to give the 50 million to Rangers?
I get you 2 cans of Coke now.
Aye. But I wouldn't expect to run the club, mate. Do you understand? But this is my point. We've got Rangers people that own the biggest share, or most of the shares in Rangers. Is that not enough for them? Do they have to try and run the club as well? That's my gripe with them, mate. They've done well to get us to a sort of getting near or heading towards a level playing field, or levelling out the debt, mate. Surely, God, you don't have to run the club yourselves.
We desperately need a chief executive officer.
Does that make sense to you, Bridge?
Well, I'm trying to say, you've heard me saying it a number of times, many, many times. We desperately need a chief executive officer who's going to run the club from top to bottom, everything. And he'll be the one that's responsible. The person we've got managing the club, managing the executive, i.e. the managing director, Mr. Robertson, I do not see him as being, he's too passive. I don't see him being anything like the figurehead that we need for the club. I don't see Mr. King.
He's known the media often.
I'm saying that, you know, he's just, but don't get me wrong, he's probably a thoroughly nice guy, and he's a real gentleman, and I think he's a great administrator, because he's come across with great, what do you call them, great words from the Motherwell people. So he's done a great job with Motherwell, but it's all the administrative side of the game. We're looking for someone that can run the whole club. Right, here we go. Set in my manager / director of football. Right, you get on with that, and if you don't do it, then this is what's going to happen. And then he go to town with the authorities. He could take them to task and get tore into them. And that's what they're doing across the road. They've got all the people with all the qualifications and all the legalistic and political expertise on their board. So if we need something, they go and speak to them. Right, what are we going to do with this? Well, I'll just go and speak to so-and-so and we'll come back to you. We don't have anyone like that. We just don't have it. We need to get it, of course.
I'm saying, Bridge, you could argue that Motherwell's actually got better since he's went.
Well,
the thing with Stuart Robertson is, mate, it's like if you make his equal in the football side of the things, we brought in somebody to get us back in amongst those that run the Premier League in this country, mate. He was quite well liked with a lot of people in different clubs, mate. But but just like a player, mate, you can always get somebody better. And maybe his time has come for me, and he should be replaced with somebody with better qualifications than him, a stronger
personality.
Aye, this is it. He's done his job, and we thank him for that. Time to move
Absolutely, yes, 100%.
He comes across to me, he's a really nice bloke, you know, but I'm fed up with really nice blokes at Rangers. I'm fed up with it. I'm absolutely fed up with it. You know, I'm sure he's great at crossing T's and dotting I's and all that kind of stuff, but he's not the kind of guy, when he goes into meetings with the SPFL and the SFA, I don't think he's the kind of guy that would battle our corner. And that's what we need. We need battlers at the club now. This is the time to get some battlers in there. Guys on the park that's willing to battle, guys at the side of the park that's willing to battle, and guys in the boardroom who are willing to battle. The guy Dixon, I haven't got a clue what he does. I have absolutely no clue what Andrew Dixon does. And there's one that should be gone right away.
But Rudy, why do people picking him if they don't know what he does at the club?
Well,
I'm not sticking up for him, but I've read about this in forums, get rid of him all the time, but for all we know, mate, he might be the one person that's doing the good. The thing is, people pick out names and just go for them. You know, it could be him that's brought in Hummel.
Well,
it could be anything.
Well,
You don't know.
See what it is then, Fox. I would like you to know then. I'd like you to know. You know why? Because I'll be buying 4 of these strips when they arrive. So if he's the guy that's responsible for bringing in that...
Do you need to stick them together to fit you? Not just the one like everybody else.
2 of the box, put 2 together.
Just the 2.
But if he's the guy, Fox, that's responsible for that, which I happen to think's a pretty good deal. I'm like you, I think that's a good deal, that, Fox. If that's the boy Dixon that's responsible for that, I'd like to know that. As a member of the Rangers support, that's a share owner that puts my money into the club every year, I would like to know what he's responsible for. And if it comes out that he's responsible for that deal with Hummel, then fair play to him. Hands up, I'll say, well done, mate. Because I do think that's a deal. But the point is, mind all the transparency talk, Fox, mind that.
Aye.
Steve King's wanting to take care of the club. We heard how transparency would be paramount, it'd be key. The Rangers fans would know exactly what was going on, would be told everything that was happening. All right, I get you can't talk about everything business-wise, but we're getting nothing off them, Fox. We're getting nothing off any of them. And then you see this chat or whatever it is. For instance, had with somebody, I can't agree with that, what he's saying. That's a load of garbage, that, what he's just saying.
Oh, yes, all garbage, man. Garbage.
But it is, though. Do you know, it's a load of complete garbage. I mean, that you read that and I'm thinking, who's he watching? Because he's not watching Rangers this season the way we are. You know, so if he's happy with that, maybe he needs to go as well then, because that's just no good enough. There it is. We've had 2 seasons back, near enough 2 seasons back in the top flight. And look, and up until the game against the Tims at Ibrox last week, we were talking about going 3 points behind, no last week, a few weeks ago, we were talking about going 3 points behind them. So we were, you know, and we were talking about, they're all cheering in the dressing room about a Scottish Cup semi-final against the Tims at Hampden. And since they lost that game 3-2, a game I'll point out that I did at the time, were head twice and got beat with 10 men. After that, it's just been an absolute implosion. It has, on and off the park.
Here, Rudy. Here.
That statement.
Can I come in there, Rox?
Yeah, when you go then, big
I just wanted to say that, going back to the boy Robertson was at Motherwell, and alongside him was one of his colleagues, or a chief executive officer. Was that lassie that went to Hibs?
Leanne
Dempster. And they both left Motherwell. Motherwell have done the brought
was
in
a
that guy.
ticket holder at Ibrox Bridge?
I don't know. But,
she was.
Is that right? But as you know, she's done what she's done at Hibs, and Robertson's came to us. But they've brought in a boy. Is it Burrows? Is it Burrows? The guy's name is, and he's a big, he's a big fella. Somebody owns, or the Well Society now own the club, and he's running it for them. And he's like the wee manager there. He's a wee bulldog, and he's a big bulldog. This fella Burrows. So they don't take any messing about, both at board level and within the FA and SPFL and on the pitch. So they've got decent people running their club now, by the look of it, and they're making a wee success. They're not anywhere near the size of Rangers, so I'm not trying to say that they're doing a lot better than us. But it's a gradual thing. But they've had a couple of years start. We have got the guy there. He's done well by us for the last 3 or 4 years. He needs to go, and I don't mean he needs to go tomorrow, but as soon as possible, we need to replace him and get a decent a chief executive officer in there and let him go to town on it.
Folks.
Just pass on me just now, pal.
All right. We've lost Rudy's internet's playing up again. It must be some travel rug, maybe try again. Ulster. Let's be really honest with you. Most Rangers supporters, we don't discuss who the chief executive officer is. We want to say we need a better goalie, we need 2 centre-halves. But you look at that when it becomes a shambles on the park.
Well, yeah, exactly. We don't. It was only months ago, well, maybe a season or 2 ago, we were saying on this show how fantastic it was, because for weeks we were just talking about football, and it was great and it was refreshing because we were forgetting about the board sort of side of things. It was good. things were going well. But I think it's something, we won't keep our eye off it again because of what happened to us in the past, and that's why they're being scrutinised. But for me, it's not good enough. That statement, I've just had a wee look just at different pages to see how people gauge it. It's went down like a lead balloon with every single supporter, to be honest.
The timing's wrong, and then
it's all wrong.
I could argue that some of the sentiment, what he's trying to say, you could say that that's correct, but the timing's wrong, naivety in his choice of words, and just the wrong time, Ulster.
Well, he's only saying in his statement, he's saying some of the things that the fans have been saying, including us, some of the things we've been saying, blah, 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 about the Rangers. But, the content is fine, but the timing is atrocious. Just atrocious. The wrong thing to say at this stage. Maybe 3 weeks ago, he could have said that. Maybe 3 weeks ahead, so if we won our games, he could say that. We're doing no too bad, guys, given the fact that we've had this problem and that problem. But no, sir, I'm sorry. That's shocking. I hope Dave King has a word with him. I hope someone in board level has a word with him and say, don't do that again. You can't do this.
I mean, Ulster, let's be really honest. It's 7 years next month since we've had a manager in the football side for us. If we're really honest about it. Yeah, I don't want to get into the whole Ali McCoy's debate, but in my opinion, Ali had to go at it. It wasn't his bag.
Yep.
It didn't work out. And Mark Warburton came in. I understood the appointment. I think it was too big a job for him. I think Davy Weir and him could have been a good partnership at our club. Ultimately, didn't work quite quickly, and then it just went from bad to worse. Now, the strange thing is, what does it say about the rest of them, Bridgeman? We're still sitting in the same place.
Well, it says you're absolutely right. And that's the amazing thing, is that here we are sitting in a position of strength, and it's all down to ourselves. It's in our own hands. Now, given the fact, and certainly this season and lately this season, given the fact that we've never won a game against Celtic in a long, long time, right? So I doubt very much if we're going to win against Celtic at Parkhead. So if we just say we've lost that one and just say that in our head, we've lost that game from a point perspective. What we need to do is win the four remaining games, and we have to start on Sunday, and we have to win good. So we beat Hearts 1-0 will do me fine, but please play football, guys. Show that you can do it and come back to the precipice, as they say. Drag yourselves back. That's what I want them to do. Come out there and do it. Let's show them. But you're right. Long time, and there we are, still second.
Ox, you said there that, what does it say about the rest of Scottish football? They're spending a minimal amount to what we're spending. The problem is all Rangers, mate. They clubs are doing well for the budgets they spend. We're doing poorly. That's the truth of it.
Bang for buck. I mean, the money we're wasting, the contracts we're getting out, mate. We don't. When you look at the playing side, mate, I don't know, mate. Where would you start? Well, we haven't got any centre halves at the club. We've got very little cover in the full-back positions. Midfield's arguably our strongest place for bodies when they're all fit. But God, what would their performance like on Sunday? We've got a boy up front who's learning his trade, who's not the greatest of finishers, but works hard. We've got wide men who could fit the bill. And after that, we're into people with potential, Jason Cummings, etc. All to be here. We've got guys who should maybe never play for us again, and how we get rid of them: O'Halloran and Pina, Herrera, Cardozo, maybe even Alves himself. These guys are on an absolute fortune for the levels we're at, and it's just too many wrong decisions in the football side for me, Fox. Big time decisions, yeah.
I think it's a case of attempting to do too much at once, mate. The first thing we should have sorted out was the boardroom, then the playing staff, because if you've not got a good base to start halfway, mate, what you spend in players, if the club's not getting run right, mate, is just a waste of time. I don't know how anybody else in the panel would feel. I know what it means to the supporters to do well next season, because this season's been a shambles. But if we're going to spend money, let's get the club sorted out first, and that includes bringing in a decent manager to start looking at the ways of getting rid. Even if I've got to pay off a lot of these players, mate, if it's going to be a season of that, I would rather have that. And then when they're gone, if they're gone for 9, mate, that's the year. But we need to step back and start again, because it's no working what we're doing just now. We're just spunking money all over the place, mate.
Don't know who's got the hammer. Is anybody moving something or something? Go mute. But fair comment, Fox. But it's the justification. We don't seem to learn from our mistakes, mate.
I think what Fox was saying a wee bit earlier, if you had a professional board who sort of run it properly, run the club properly, and make a big difference. I think what you've got here is, it's a wing and a prayer at times, isn't it? But it's
Graham Murphy wouldn't be leading your football team if
goodness sake, no. Goodness sake, no.
I think it's Graham Murphy hasn't been the problem, mate. The problems have been stemming for long before he came in, mate. With wrong appointments before him. We keep getting...
He's a man new.
It's all came to a head at this time, but I think that our biggest problem is we're being run with part-time management, mate. There's people in the jobs at the boardroom level who don't have... There's only 24 hours in a day, mate. A lot of them have got other business interests that they've got to keep running them. I know quite a lot of people that are on the both boards aren't paid, mate, so they've got to make a living.
You don't think that people should be able to hold down a full-time job, do a bit of studying, and then give their time free for Rangers?
Rangers is a full-time job, mate. It's not a part-time job.
For the people who are employed in the executive positions, mate, boardroom people aren't there every day. It makes big businesses, Fox.
But we're trying to build ourselves up, mate, at this time. It's not as if we're ticking over nicely and we're only dealing with day-to-day issues maybe at the end of the board meeting, at the end of the month. You know what I mean? We're trying to recover from a perilous position, and we need a full-time management team up to board level, mate, to get things right. We're doing up the ground, we're doing this, we're trying to add to the pool of players, try to find a manager, try to find sponsorship, sort out one problem and move on to the next one. Don't spread all the whole workload in wee tiny bits all over the place. Go for one target, sort it, move on to the next target.
But first and foremost, we need a football manager, Fox.
We do need a football manager,
but how can we let the same people pick them? That's the problem I've got. That's the problem. How can we let... Well, we can't stop them. They're the custodians of the club at the moment, but how can we trust their judgment in picking somebody with what's happened in the last 18 months?
Well, bring in somebody onto the board that's got a long career in football, mate, in football, how to organise it. Because there's nobody on that board that has got any football experience. And that's how they're getting caught with Pedro Caixinhas and making mistakes. They're going for Derek McInnes and things like that, mate. They haven't got the knowledge of how to run a football club. They've all been there most of the time, but they've never been in the decision-making side of it. I mean, Murray had total control at Ibrox, mate, before 2012, but at least he made decisions. And now it seems to be a case of you just deal with that or you deal with that. Somebody's got to stand up to the plate and make all the decisions. Somebody with a good football knowledge, mate.
Yeah, they need to bring someone in. We have said, most folk have said something similar. It's very frustrating. We definitely have, but our biggest problem at the moment is here we are. We're very fast approaching the weekend for the game, and we thought on Sunday that we'd possibly seen the last of Mr. Murty as a Rangers manager, but we've had no word Silence isn't gold in this case. It's very confusing. It's confusing the fans. Are we expected to go to Ibrox and not say anything? Is this guy going to get booed immediately? Anything goes wrong, they're going to start on him again? It's no fair on him. It's no fair on him. They have to make up their mind. If they're using Alistair Johnson's statement as a sop for the fans to sort of link into and catch up on and say, well, the board are listening to us anyway. They understand. Well, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. Surely they're not doing that. Surely not. Now, obviously, if they were going to sack him, he'd have been sacked, and if he was going to leave, he would have left. But, it's not right. 5 crucial matches coming up, and we don't know what's happening with the manager. It's just not right.
Well, this is another, that's what scares me the most. We haven't heard anything, and then all we hear today is the third is still acceptable. We're sitting second place at the minute, so second place is ours. It's ours to lose. We have to play same 5 games as what Aberdeen have to play. And we've got a member of our board telling us the third's acceptable. You know what I mean? So if we go into these 5 games and don't do as well as Aberdeen, and Aberdeen claims second, he's basically saying him as a director of our football club is counting that as success and acceptable. I think that's a disgrace.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I can't disagree with you. My worry, and I don't worry too much because I think I trust the board implicitly in these cases, and they'll come up with the goods.
Where's that trust came from, Bridge?
Well, I don't know.
I know you're an optimistic guy by nature. Your glass is always half full. That's your nature. You're like that. You're positive. You use it. When you talk about Rangers, your enthusiasm when you meet you, it doesn't change when you're having a conversation. Your love of the club shines through. But I mean, I think the board, they took us out the hands of people who were called spivs and we didn't know where we were going, and I think we cannot accept that. We were pleased with that. That's got them a pass, but how long does that pass run for before the support turn a name? Because they're getting the big decisions wrong with the on-the-part stuff.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. I think the only good factor is the fact that if indeed, I haven't seen an official announcement about the shirt sponsors yet. The shirt deal. I can only go with what you guys are saying. Somewhere I'll be in the press somewhere. And this is atrocious. This is a huge deal for Rangers.
All the details were in the Sun, Bridge.
I'm saying that. Where are we seeing it? We're seeing it in the Sun. So this is just nonsense, isn't it? I'm not being funny when I say that. We need to get a PR and get it right. If there's anything going on insofar as the strip's concerned, if it's going to happen, come out and say it's going to happen. Once it's out there in Twitterland, and then it ends up in the Sun.
I would imagine what's happened. They take stuff for the forums. In the past that there's been falsehood spoke on here.
Absolutely.
And it's ended up in the press. We know that, right? Yeah. So what they do is the local forums have done that. The club can't make an announcement to their contracts up with the previous kit supplier. That'll be the deal, mate. So we might be tied into this 1st of May or the 1st of June, wherever it is, Bridge, before they can officially make that statement. I think anybody with a degree of common sense will understand that. Anyway, it's time to have a tune for your Fox. If you don't mind going on mute,
right.
Fox will give us a tune.
Boy, girl, so young, to Glasgow City to come, seeking fortune and the new way of life. How could they all know their ambitions would grow? Such a beautiful story, but here's how it goes. 4 lads had a dream to start a football team. They had no not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. So hoist up your Rangers flags, sing with your hearts and voice, to celebrate the greatest club in the world. Let our history show what we already know. We are the Rangers, the greatest of all. Bourles had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kids, not even a ball. They still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Bourles had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kids, not even a ball. But they still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. Bourles had a dream to start a football team. They had no money, no kids, not even a ball. But they still carried on. The Rangers were born. 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong. 54 titles, we're still going strong.
Well, thanks for that, Fox.
54 titles and still going strong. Love it.
Well, people want to join us, and this is the time to go and make your point, because we've not got about 20 calls. Everybody phoning is 0141 356 1972. You can join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online, or you'll be brought into the call to talk about anything you like Rangers. Is this subject just going to run, folks?
It looks like it, mate. Look, we all need to accept that Graham Murty's going to be in charge to the end of the season. We don't like it, but that's the way things are. We know that that's one thing that will not be changed. I think there'll be absolute carnage at Ibrox on Sunday, mate, honestly. If we happen to go 1-0 down or anything like that, I can see the place going loopy, mate.
And by the way, they know that too, don't they? You know, the Hearts people know that. That's what they're going to go for. Absolutely. Sorry about it, didn't mean to interrupt.
Anyway, you've been joined by two callers. Rudy's back, and so is True Blue. And
Evening, True.
Evening, Ox. How you doing, pal?
All right, mate.
True.
I'll be really
All
honest.
right,
And welcome back, Rudy Bear. Are you sorted, bro?
I think so. We'll give it a go again anyway.
Put that money in the meter.
I think somebody put the light on in the hallway or something.
I can't wait to hear True's views on this statement.
True Blue.
Bridge got it bang on earlier, Ulster. It should have been released when they appointed Mr. Murty. That's when that statement should have been released in terms of the manager and the managerial situation. I'm going to try and defend the board a wee bit here, believe it or not. But I think a lot of this has been down to crisis management. Martin Warburton, Davy Weir, it wasn't planned, they left the club. So, correct me if I get this wrong here, the continuity. Then we had Mr. Murty for a wee while, and then Pedro Cachina come in out the blue from nowhere. Unmitigated disaster. He left the club and all with a go for Derek McInnes. Couldn't get him. Mr. Murty's in charge again. So I think because they're struggling to identify a manager, I think that's what it's been. You know, the way things have come about, that Graham Murty's been appointed to the end of the season. I think it took the pressure off the board. It's took the spotlight off them and turned it on to Graham Murty. But I think it is very much crisis management, and it has been since Martin Warburton left.
Out of this darkness through, could there be some diamond lights?
I don't know, Oxshire. I don't know.
People listening to that might put two and two together, Fox.
Well, the old Glenn Hoddle, and who was the other one sang that? Wasn't it something like that? Chris Waddle, aye. Jesus, where did you dig that one up?
Just rumours. You just got it, Bridge.
Aye, just got it, aye.
True Blue. Look, slightly different views on you with the Warburton thing. Yeah, you said right at the start, mate, you thought it was a wrong appointment, wrong time, wrong man. You were consistent in that. Ultimately, you were proved right. Everything else from there on in, I totally 100% agree with you. And Mr. Murty's come in, he's took that position. And the board, I think the board's plan was to get to the end of the season once we go to December, mate. That was it.
Aye, looks like it. And by the way, I hope I'm right about what I'm saying. I would like to think they know what they're doing. In terms of Fox as well, on about the football side of things. Look, they're making basic mistakes on managerial, fundamental managerial practice from me. We're repeatedly going on. We've no PR department. The PR we've got is absolutely terrible. Everybody and their granny can attack us with impunity. And I think you're dead right. The game at the weekend here, it's just going to be a sideshow. It's just going to be a sideshow. You could probably, I've not thought about it, but I would dare say you could write the headlines in who win, lose or draw, you know.
Rudy?
Can't put much more to that than what Therese just said, because I agree with everything he said there, really. Only thing being, I think the Mark Warburton thing was maybe the right thing, just at the right time for the sake of getting us out the championship. But for now back to then, that for me is really the only positive, is the fact that he did get us out of the championship. But once we were in the top league again, he just lost the plot completely, and then from there it just went from bad to worse. And it's the board that's been responsible for this. I've a certain amount of sympathy for Graham Murty, because he's in a position he should never have been put in the first place. And like Drew says, and I think Fox said earlier, it's about deflecting for the board. But the fact support's at the point now where there's no deflecting anymore, because the support know who are the ones to blame for what's been happening, especially at the
Oh, Rudy, somebody's turned.
You've got another caller on the phone anyway, mate.
Oh, right, I'll take that. I recognise that number. Evening caller.
Evening panel. Cyberx Loyal, how you doing?
Oh, how you doing, pal?
All right, lads.
Right, what's your question, caller?
Well, it was just obviously to speak. I was going to try and get on yesterday, but my phone was having problems. It was just to give an update on obviously the youth match for yesterday. I don't know
positives. Happy days, Ibrox.
Yeah, go and use it.
Right, well, what is it?
Carry on, bro.
Right, well, we played FC Copenhagen yesterday. We beat them 2-1 with Zach Rudden getting the first goal and young Louis Mail, the centre-half, getting the second. So obviously it was 2-1 at half-time, but again, the young boy Glenn Middleton was absolutely outstanding. He got 2 goals last week against obviously that Beiderbecke, and he got 2 assists this week. And there was a lot of talking on social media and that about him, saying that he's really impressed since he's come up the road. I think you says that yourself a few weeks ago, Ox, when I did one of the updates, and you are pretty impressed with what you've seen him as well.
Yeah, here, what I will say, he looks about 5. But,
he does look about 5, mate. But
fair play to the boy, very articulate young man. Not that makes you a football player, but very articulate young man, speaks well and has got a real passion for the club, so I wish him every success, Ibrox.
I know, definitely. And just one other wee bit to add on to that, Jordan Rossiter got another 70 minutes under his belt, as well as the 65 minutes for last week as well, against that Beiderbecke team for Iceland, and he was getting stuck in with a lot of tough tackles, fair tackles, but tough tackles. It just shows you that, obviously...
Oh, he's not going to play for the...
No, I know.
He's not going to play for... he's not going to play for the first team then, because they're not allowed to tackle.
No, I know, but I'm just putting it there, mate, that obviously he's come back and he can stand a tackle, so his injury must have healed up a good bit. So
that was wonderful, wonderful Copenhagen, was it?
It was, mate. Well, they obviously took the lead earlier on in the first half, but young Zach Rudden got one quickly after that, and then young Louis Mail before half-time with, as I say, another great corner for the boy Middleton, and a very powerful header for the young centre-back. So
brilliant, mate, brilliant. That was wasted on him, Bridge, but good news for the young boys again.
That's wasted. No, great news, absolutely great news. And by the way, very, very pleased about the Jordan Rossiter. That's 2 games in a row. How many days between?
I think there was 4 or 5, mate. 4 or 5 days between them.
So he's managed to get 270 minutes in. That's superb.
You could say that, mate. Aye.
I think by the end of the season, providing they've still got games to play, by the end of the season he'll have maybe got a couple of 90 minutes under his belt as well. That'll be fantastic. It really will be, and it'll set him up for the pre-season next season. Looking forward to seeing him, because he looked an athletic guy the first time I seen him, and then he broke down, and I've never seen him right since.
He has had a few breakdowns, mate, but as I say, the last 2 matches he has been putting in some amount of work, some really good powerful tackles, so his injuries obviously holding up for whatever sort of injury he had. So
yeah, for the people who don't know, Ibrox, what position does young boy Middleton play?
He's a left winger. A left winger come left inside forward, because he can play there as well. So, but he does look good, mate. He does look very, very young, as he says, but he's holding up well since he's come up. I think that's him played now at least maybe a dozen games now for the development squad. Whether that's been in the development structure when they've been playing away to teams like that Beiderbecke, Bayern Munich and things like that, or we've played a couple of bounce games as well. Like when we beat Huddersfield 7-1, I think it was just before Christmas, or maybe just after Christmas. We played really well there as well, which was a 7-1 we beat them. So the development squad's coming along very strong, mate. And should we need to call on a few of them come before the end of this season, or if they keep up to a great standard that they've set for themselves, then maybe a few will get called up with whoever the new manager is, and hopefully he can spot talent. So, because there's plenty in the development squad. So,
well, aye. Who we're getting near the end of the sort of season. Obviously, they might go in some tournaments. Who would be your 3 to watch Ibrox in the youth setup at the moment?
Right. One, young Kelly, the young boy Stephen Kelly, central midfielder, scored quite a few goals in the last couple of months as well.
Oh, we can't do that till we put a Stephen Kelly in my team.
I know, mate. I know that's just the boy's name.
You did ask.
I know you did ask me. The boy Glenn Middleton for me, and again, I'm famous for saying it, mate, but Serge Attica yet again.
What about the boy Rudden? Always seems to be mentioned with the goal scoring.
He has scored. Like, he's been a bit like the boy Middleton. He seems to get like doubles every 3 or 4 games. But he's still very young. I think he's still got a wee bit of maturing today. But it could be possibly one for the future, but no right at this moment in time for me, mate.
All right, okay. So your top pick is still the boy Attica?
Attack, mate. He amazes me every time I see him. He's got great skills, very fast feet, can bamboozle defenders a lot of the times as well. So he's got many different strengths to his bow, mate. I think we've seen in Florida as well what he can do. He's got the pace, he's got trickery, and I think it was Fox that says, I don't know if it was the beginning of this season or the end of last season, that he maybe needs to bulk up a wee bit. And I think he's brought that in, or the development squad, management team, and physios and whatever else have brought that into his game. And he's been working in the gym and things like that as well. So it only bodes well for him should he come up against a lot of the teams in this league, because you know how physical they are. And it's no a game for the faint-hearted sometimes. So.
Aye, fair comment, mate. Ulster, you coming in? You getting the ad, mate?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see Ibrox coming on and putting the positives across. I think it goes without saying the results that you have had has been absolutely magnificent. You know, some of the teams they have played, top drawer teams. You know, all right, yes, not their first teams, but like Bayern Munich and all these big clubs we've played. You like to think they're picking the best bunch. These clubs are probably the biggest clubs in their own countries and probably have the best talent. And for us to go and not just match these teams, but beat them regularly these last few months, I think that bodes well for the club. And hopefully a few of those names that you've said there, Ibrox, hopefully if Rangers get another pre-season game over here in Ulster, I'd love to see it. Hopefully a few of them come over and get to see them in the flesh. That'd be great.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, I'd love to see another pre-season game with maybe, even if it's no Linfield, but as you know, Glentoran, something like that. Because I think we've played a few teams this pre-season for Northern Ireland. I think we played that Coleraine at the very beginning of pre-season.
Portadown.
No, was it last season we played Linfield, or was that this season?
I'm trying to think.
Was Linfield this season as well?
Warburton was still the manager, I think.
Right, so it was probably last season then.
Started last season, but I think they played Coleraine and then played Portadown. Was that the Portadown game as well? Seeing the youth team. But they seem to be going really well, Ibrox. It seems to be, as you say, it's the same names popping up every time you're coming on here. It seems to be the same 4 or 5 names popping up who seem to be doing the business for us.
It's a big shout out to Peter Lovinkrantz and Billy Kirkwood as well, because they've really took on the mantle since obviously Graham Murty's come up to take care of the first team affairs. But they two have got to be given a lot of credit as well as the guy Mulholland as well. There's a few people in there that have done a lot of good work this season and have to be commended on that, because the youth teams have been absolutely out of this world, especially recently. As you say, it's the Bayern Munich game, when we beat them over there, half of that team were in the German team that won the under-21 Euros in the summer. So it's got to be commended that, and especially when the youth players go out abroad, that they always held to high esteem, mate. They don't let the club down. They're always well behaved, and a lot of people out there within the footballing community and that have got a lot of time for the youth development, the way they handle themselves. So to be commended and all facts of that as well. So
he's here, mate. He's here. The game's changing. You expect them to be more professional when they're going to get offered big money. The game's moved on a bit. In some respects, some boys might fall out because of their attitude, Ibrox.
Well, that's it. But they have got the ability. There's maybe a few that have still got a bit of maturity today, but you've got to remember, a lot of the players this season they're maybe a few years above where they should be. So that just shows you they've got the ability. If they could just, obviously, as the years go on, you know how it goes, they mature a lot better. But when they're going to close to places like Germany, playing teams like Bayern Munich, all right, we've played them here, FC Copenhagen as well. Used to be a force in Europe many, many years ago, but they've still got a great youth development programme in Norwegian football and Icelandic football, so it's not as if they're playing against any mugs. They're playing against
what country
really
did Copenhagen play in, Ibrox?
They're Norwegian, mate. Norwegian.
I'll ask you that question again. What country did FC Copenhagen play?
Right, chuck it, you. It's no mastermind we're on.
Is it not in order?
Think of the bacon. Think of the bacon.
Here, sir.
Think of Hans Christian Andersen.
Danish, aye, of course.
There you go, pal.
Aye, of course. Danish bacon.
Sauce Scandinavia.
Well, the
Right,
back
that
of
one,
the
dude,
Icelandic, I got that one right. I got 1 out of 2 right. I got Bayern Munich right German, so come on, give me some sort of credit.
They might argue that they're no German.
Are all these young boys on professional contracts with Rangers, mate? Because they've been stepped up a couple of levels, or are we going to see them coming, getting snatched like Billy Gilmore or what, you know?
The likes of Akai and that, I know they definitely are, but the younger ones like Louis Mayo, the young boy Cammy Palmer, now remember they're only just turned 16, so I think they would be the exact same as Billy Gilmore, but I can, by any stretch of the imagination, of Cammy Palmer, he'll want to stay here in development. I see him as coming along the same sort of lines as the two McCrory brothers, mate. He's not going to be the ones that's going to have his head turned. Me personally, I don't think he will, because he enjoyed playing in the game with some of the old Rangers players a few weeks ago in a charity match. So he got a game in that, and the way that he gave the press conference after the match, he's really excited to develop and grow here. So I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon. So
okay, Paul.
True Blue, comments, mate.
Okay, good to hear they're doing all right. Hopefully it augurs well for the future, but we'll wait and see. You know yourself, mate. You know, our boys' great reputation. You know, a couple of years later, you know, faded into obscurity, but I hope, you know, we're getting things right at Auchenhow at least. Developing boys, getting the best boys available and bringing them on.
Yep, no, I definitely think you're right there, mate, because this development structure that has been put into place this season has been absolutely fantastic. It's to be commended, and all the people in the background who brought this together, because, as I say it, we weren't doing anything when we were just playing in the Scottish Development Football League, because it's no fit. That league isn't fit for purpose. It hasn't been for a number of years. I've been clamouring as well to get the Old Reserve League back, because then you could do what you're doing with the Rangers development structure at this moment in time, plus all the players are coming back for injury or need some sort of fitness. Instead of trying to get it into your first team, they get it in the reserve football. And I know you might say that reserve football doesn't give you the sort of grounding to be able to play in your main league up here, but it'd be a lot better than the Scottish Development Football League up here that's been running for the last number of years, because for me, mate, that isn't fit for purpose.
Well, you know, the national team and who's fed into it, it's no work. Listen, Ibrox, I know we're always having a laugh and a joke, but can I thank you, mate? Maybe remiss not to thank you for taking the time to look at all the youth stuff all the time. It's much appreciated by everybody on the show, Bridgeman, isn't it?
Absolutely, and well done to you, pal. That was a really good report. It's absolutely superb. Well done. Thank you.
So next term, when you finish your English and your maths, we're going to get you in geography and history, all right, mate?
Listen, Mrs. Bridgman says, can she buy a hat?
No, mate. Nah, I wouldn't advise it, mate. I wouldn't advise it. I would not advise it, mate. Not at this moment in time, shall we say, anyway.
Shocker.
A few years down the line, mate. A few years down the line, maybe.
She's gutted.
Well, I was a bit like myself on Sunday night, mate, but what can we say?
No, I was all right on Sunday night. It was Sunday tea time. It's bad.
Aye, well. Okay, 5 o'clock onwards, mate, I think it was the same, so. Sunday
night was all right. Some numbing the pain.
Yeah, let's be honest, it couldn't have been that bad. Glasgow's still intact, so.
Aye, well, just. Thanks, Ibrox, and we'll go back to True Blue. Cheers, mate. Thanks very much, mate. True, obviously, Ibrox came in there and gave us a summary of the use, but I think there's only really one topic of conversation for us as a support at this moment in time. You've got a magic wand and you've got 3 things you've got to do, mate. What order are you doing them in?
Oh.
And what?
I've got a magic wand, I'm allowed a big budget. Eh? I'm allowed.
It's yours. But you can't do any of the Ku Klux Klan jokes, alright?
Right, okay. First thing we've got to do is identify a manager, get a manager in. I think at the minute, if it was immediately, I would need to get. I don't think it's going to be. I think Graham Murray appearing in the dugout at the weekend will be, the equivalent of the Christians going into the Colosseum. I don't think the guy should be there. I don't think it should be put up. But magic wand, I would like massive investment into the club. I would like to see us with a decent manager. I would like to see him getting a decent run as well. This changing managers every 6-7 months just doesn't do it anywhere. So whoever comes in would need to get a good run at it. Thirdly, get all the traditions back in the club.
All right, mate. All right. Same question yourself, Fox.
What about, mate? I've had 50. What did you say?
If you've got a magic wand, you've got 3 things. What order? You can fix these things in the club. What would you do?
First, oh God, I think I stated them earlier on, mate. Like true, find a manager, find a professional football board, and fill Ibrox with Coca-Cola at 10 pence a can, mate. That's my 3 priorities.
Brilliant, super.
I think Tesco's are giving it away at 10 pence a can, Fox.
Well, I'll need to go in there and look.
Tiny wee cans now, that's all you're getting.
Of course, there are other soft drinks. We're not just
available.
And if
so that taxi, Fox.
If Coca-Cola want to send me a wee couple of cases for giving them a bump tonight, that's fair enough with me. I'm open to bribery.
If you see the bit he's robbing bees through the place of Coke, I wondered what he was talking about, But there we go. Right, so the boys are looking for a manager first. That's the first wish. Are you similar, Bridge?
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Most important thing in the club's very, very short future, is they 100% have to. If they attempt to try to shove in any way, shape or form to retain Mr. Murty for next season, they're going to be in a sad state. The fans will revolt hugely.
I'm with True, mate. I think it's a mistake for both parties for him to lead the team out on Saturday. I really do. I think it's wrong for him. People might say he's shown testicular fortitude. I just think he should be took out the firing line. Jimmy Nicholl should lead the team for the rest of the season, in my opinion, and just let Graham Murty go wherever you decide. I'm with True in that one. Ulster?
3 things for a magic wand. Like everybody else, first and foremost, a manager. Not long after that, I'd like to see a second, a captain, the manager's captain, a proper captain to come in. And third, I'd like to see good investment to back the manager going forward.
I also got a text there for an old pal of the show we've not heard for a long, long time. He's given me his 3 wishes right out the blue there. You want
Let's
them?
hear them, Drew. Let's hear them.
It's big fan power. Good to hear from him. I hadn't heard from him for a long time. He was looking for Dave King and the hangers on out. Dave King and the spivs out. A rich, staunch, proddy owner. How's that sound?
good to see that he's no changed, isn't it?
Aye.
Fan power was really passionate about, if I remember the
Fan ownership,
fan
aye.
ownership, mate. You know, and great to hear that he's still listening. It'd be great to have him on again through it.
Aye, I know. Great friend of Big Daddo's, of course, God bless him.
Yeah.
But aye, good to hear from him. But
he was living down in London for a while, wasn't he? If he's not still there.
Aye. I'm actually texting me about new guys if I see my bit of distance, sorry.
Oh,
aye.
Can he multitask? We'll move on to Fox. Let Drew finish.
You're talking about new fan groups there. Fan Power was interested. I see another one's appeared, mate, we've no spoke about is Follow Rangers.
Can they keep up? I've seen it, Fox, and they put a statement out. What's their name? They're trying to buy shares. Somebody's at the typing.
Follow Rangers, I think it is. They're under that banner, mate, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the guys involved is a boy that used to come on here, Davy Griffiths. I can't remember his name on Rangers Radio, mate, but he had another couple of nicknames on the other forums. I know he's one behind it, and be interesting. I wonder if you'll get in touch and come on and lay out what Follow Rangers are all about. So if anybody knows them, the invitation's out there for them if they want to come on and state what their fans group's all about, you know.
We've got to be consistent, Fox. We welcome all anybody who wants to speak about our club onto the show, and I personally don't know if it's the right thing what we need, but they boys will have their point of view and they're entitled to use this platform if they want to use it like any other forums or any other fans organisations. What today we're here, facilitate for them.
Yeah, without a doubt, mate.
You know, be interesting to see how that pans out right enough going forward. I just don't know if it's the right thing at the right time, but the support are getting tired and weary, and we just need some positivity, Ulster. I seen that the Ulster Coca-Cola truck. It was posted in the lobby, mate. Maybe that's what we need.
I agree. It's, as you say, mate, you know, another fans group or whatever way you want to call it. Maybe not what, you know, as a club at the minute, you know, say
it's wrong. Sorry, mate, it's wrong to call them a fans group. They're a fan shareholding group.
They're trying to buy shares, aren't they?
No, they're not trying to buy them, mate. I think there's a joining fee and a monthly fee, and what the day is...
We'll not be able to join, Fox, because you need to get proposed and seconded, and we would struggle.
No, I think that's only to join the actual... part of the people that run it, mate. I've not read that much about it, but I've had a wee glance at it, and their idea different for 1872 is you retain your own shares in it. So it'd be interesting to find out what sort of road they're planning and going down, mate.
It would seem more like a block vote then to me, Fox, if that's, you know, if you retain your own shares, or are you going to allow somebody to, you know, take your vote or whatever, you know.
You just proxy them over as a group,
hopefully Griff will come on anyway and fill us in about it anyway, you know. But Big Fan Power says hello. His bus gets stoned on Sunday with the Terriers and the young team ran out and kicked their thingies in. So he's saying hello to everybody.
That's brilliant. That's great news, by the way. Did anybody hear how many arrests been? Was there any arrests? I don't mean for that particular incident, I mean in general. Do we know if there have been any figures sent out? No?
I don't think there was that much trouble at the game, was there, mate? I don't know about after it. I don't know if there were any arrests in your dressing room right enough, but never mind.
Well, they'd been made such a big song and dance about it prior to the game, about the police and God knows what, you know. And I agree with you, there probably wasn't that much trouble. Although I did see a report that one fan fell out the emergency exit door of a double-decker bus. A Rangers supporters bus.
I did meet fan power at the start of the season there at Ibrox through. He was there with the two boys, so I spoke to him for a couple of minutes.
Aye, good.
He would make a good centre-half, mate. He's a big lumpy boy.
Big man. I see with his build and my looks, he'd go for that boy.
Aye, that's true. That's true, mate.
The boys used to phone in, sure, you know. But somebody's putting a lobby there about the follow Rangers shareholders thing. £30 join fee, old school blue, put it in. £60 for the first year, £12 after that. It's like a proxy vote company, which I thought it would have been. All shares are still owned by members.
The thing I would find it a wee bit hard for them, mate, is how are they going to buy new shares? I mean, if we are having a share issue, mate, it's who the Rangers board want to sell them to at first, innit? So it would need to be another shareholder before they can buy any, or the people that join it can buy new shares, but maybe they're targeting people who already own shares, mate, you know?
Aye, probably, folks, probably. I don't know, we're all guessing. Get on here, Griff. Let us know what's happening here with us. Let everybody know what's going on, mate.
Anyway, we'll see what we can come up with for maybe next week on that side, mate.
We've got a game and we've got one more show to go. I don't think there'll be a lot of changes in our team. Ibrox Loyal.
No, I don't see it myself, mate. You would like to think that after what happened at the weekend, the manager will soon find out what he thinks, but I don't see Andy Halliday being in the squad. I believe it should have been that young McCrory should have been sitting in central defensive midfield. Obviously, we didn't get our wish on Sunday, but the manager really has to puff himself up a wee bit, and he is in charge, which I'm kind of like yourself, I don't think he should be in charge. I think it should be either Jimmy Nicholl or Jonathan Johansson, but one of them should come out and say that young McCrory has to be sitting in that central defensive midfield role, because that is where things are happening just before they get to the centre halves. So for me, that would be one of the changes I would be making for Sunday anyway. I think the match is on Sunday, no Saturday, so I think it's Sunday, is it? No, a half 12 kickoff.
Saturday. Saturday, no, you're right, the game's on Sunday. Sorry, I said Saturday, the game's on Sunday, you're spot on, mate. The boy McCrory, mate, did the bubble burst on Sunday, mate? Because, look, I know you get sent off, and soft sending off when you really think about it, you know, but he had a bit of a mare, and right from the start, I was sitting with Fox, and Fox, he couldn't even kick the ball.
No, I think it was just one of the days for the boy.
I hope so, mate, I hope so, but is the bubble burst?
No, I think I see him hopefully getting back into the defensive midfield place. I wish they'd have been there on Sunday. I mean, all it would have taken Sunday to stir some of the players up would have been a strong tackle in the midfield, and maybe he could have provided it and give the rest of them a wee kick up the arse. We depend too much on that boy. He's only 19 coming on 20 or something, mate, but he was doing well at defensive midfield, and I don't know whether Alves wasn't 100% fit, and they decided at first to just go with young McCrory, thinking that the five in the midfield would be strong enough, but that didn't work out that way, did it?
Anything but. True Blue, too much pressure on the young boy?
I don't think he should have been playing, actually, Oxford. He pulled up a week before with cramp. You know, he was back for a pretty lengthy injury, wasn't he? Come into the team. I know what you're saying about the bubble bursting, mate. I think the bubble burst for the whole team on Sunday. I'll be interested this Sunday. You know, Ibrox is talking about, the motivation. I don't know if what'll happen is they'll get motivated by what happened on the park or what happened off the park. I think that's a big question. But I think, they've had pelters all week. If they don't get there and put on a performance, I think it could end some of their careers at Ibrox. And I would go as far as to say some of the low needs we've got up there, I think it could be decisive in whether there's an offer put in for them or they're released and let go back to their clubs, So I think in terms of the team, I think the whole team's got a hell of a lot to play for.
Oh, sorry, True, I was multitasking there and all.
Would you bring Goss back in, mate? He's disappeared since he never really showed up in the game, mate.
I really don't know, mate. He's disappeared since the Kilmarnock game, isn't he?
Aye.
Who would you play? Would you play a 3 in there again, or would you go back to the Windass playing, which hasn't worked at Ibrox?
Well, we can't. Personally, I think he'll go back to the tried and tested 4-2-3-1, mate. It's not been a great success at home for us, but it's done us reasonably well on the road. It'll be interesting, mate, his choice in players. I don't know how he will take the Candias situation of him being subbed and how he reacted. It's going to be a hard job.
I was alright with that one, with the Candias one, mate.
But Candias should have understood, mate, when we lost a centre-half that somebody had to come off. Unfortunate for him, he was chosen, mate.
Aye, I mean, a wee bit of petulance. Jeez, it wasn't exactly. We were 3-0 down and he's upset. He's upset with himself, he's upset with his teammates, he's upset because he's getting took off. I think sometimes we make some stories on the air, Ulster.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me seeing players coming off and maybe a wee bit annoyed. I think we're looking for that at times, aren't we? That they're hurting it. That's fair enough. You can go too far with it, obviously, as maybe we've heard, but it doesn't bother me seeing someone maybe a wee bit disgruntled and thinking they could have maybe give a wee bit more or maybe a wee bit upset. That's just football, I suppose, and a big game they got. Emotions can run high, but as for the team on the weekend, I think that, like Fox, I think this will be a time for the manager, in my opinion, to start experimenting. He'd probably go back to what has worked for him. Well, you could say it hasn't really worked for him in Ibrox, but it's something he's went for. He's got a few, I suppose it's worked away from home, probably playing Windass behind the striker, and I think that's the way he'll go. Who'll be the 3? I don't know. I don't think Andy Halliday will probably be one of them, to be fair, but we just got to wait and see. But as everybody's already said earlier in the show, Sunday game is going to be big, and if things don't go right, then I think it's going to be a real tough place to play for our Rangers team, to be honest.
Well, it's been all season. They've lost 7 games so far. True Blue, then we'll go to Bridge at Ibrox.
Aye, well, that's the thing. I think probably they're under more pressure than they've been this Sunday, I don't know how this is going to go on Sunday. It'll be interesting to see, And I think there'll be a lot of neutral eyes peering in with leery delight to see what's going to happen at Ibrox on Sunday, hoping for the worst for us probably. But it's a strange one on Sunday. I can never remember these kind of circumstances surrounding a Rangers team before going into a game. And let's remember, we're still trying to get second place, guys. And whether you want in Europe or no, I know about Georgie. Was saying he's no bothered about Europe, but it's finance for the club again. I don't know how this is going to go on Sunday. It's a really strange one, Like so much of the things that have happened in the last 6 years, we find ourselves in a unique position again. The 2 senior players at the club bombed out the place, for falling out with an under-20s coach, really, in essence, who got a dreadful result. It's an odd one, mate. Odd one on Sunday. Don't know how it'll go.
Bridgeman.
Yeah, Sunday is going to be torturous for every single one of us. It's going to be torturous. So I think the manager will play the last good team that we had on the park. Let's put it that way. And I think that if he's going to play young McCrory at all, young McCrory is going to have to move into the defensive mid role, and he's going to have to build the team or rebuild the team around that, and that's all he's got to do. I know it's a difficult thing. It's not just all he's got to do, but he really has to do that, and he has to play. I'm afraid to say it. He probably has to play Russell Martin and Bruno Alves as centre halves, and the fullbacks have got to work this week and work their arse off. Sorry, I think that's the way I see it. I hope like hell he gets the backing of the players, because through all of this we haven't heard how they've trained. We haven't heard anything. There's been no word at all. If everything's calmed down and the players are happy, we desperately need them to be a happy squad going into Sunday, and let's hope everything goes right for them.
Do you think you'll hear in the press conference? I mean, the press will be dying to quiz Graham Murty. Do you think they'll be stopped for asking the questions about last Sunday, mate?
They should be, mate, because I'll tell you why. He can't comment on it if the investigation's still taking place, mate. That wouldn't be right.
Well, I hope he just keeps it to the football as well. I don't envy the guy's job sitting in front of the press back tomorrow, you know, so...
He shouldn't be there tomorrow.
It's going to be difficult.
I really do believe that the guy should be taken out the firing line for the good of the club and for his own self. Ulster.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But it looks like that isn't going to be the case. But I wouldn't be surprised also if you don't see him taking the press conference tomorrow. That maybe, I don't know, maybe throw somebody else in there to take him away, because you know yourself. We all know. You know, it doesn't matter what you say to the press at the start of an interview. Don't talk about this. Don't talk. That's what the questions are going to be. And I think you're going to get a lot of no comments, to be honest, at tomorrow's press. I doubt you'll hear much about football or questions on football. And to be fair, I don't want to hear they've trained well and all this, because we've heard it all before, haven't we? So, you know, but I agree with you, Ox. I would take him out of the firing line, definitely. That would have been my opinion on it. Like,
hi, Brooks Loyal.
No, I think you're totally right what you say there, Rox, mate. The questions should not be getting asked. They should be given a list of things that cannot be spoken at that press conference, for the sheer fact, as you say, there's still an ongoing club investigation. Whether we like it or no, Mr. Murty is still part of that investigation, even though he's not been suspended for me. But as I think Ulster just says there, it's going to be a tricky discussion at that press conference, and maybe you would shove maybe a Jonathan Johansson up there, who is a very good person to have in interviews as well. He speaks very well. I think he could handle himself in front of the press with the tricky questions that they're going to try and ask. Because as Ulster says, it's not going to be about football questions. It's all going to be about incidents at the end of last week's match. But see, if you listen back, I don't know if you've heard it, but Lee McCulloch says during the week, the first 20 minutes is going to be pivotal for the way the crowd react and how the players then react to what's coming for the stands. A very, very important opening 20 minutes in this game on Sunday, which will be very interesting to watch. So,
can I ask Ibrox a quick question?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Ibrox, your opinion just on Rosser, do you think he'd be worth putting into at least the squad for this game?
It's a difficult one, mate, because he is one of the ones, a bit like you're saying about young McCrory. Should he have been fired right in after coming back for that such a long layoff? Right now, mate, I'd be saying it's 50-50 at this moment in time, but me personally, I don't think he'll be anywhere near the bench. Just a personal opinion on that, though.
Cheers, mate.
Well, Fox, do you think Graham Murty should be in the firing line for the press conferences tomorrow?
Well, if he's our manager until the end of the season, mate, I think he should.
Mm-hmm.
If he's picking the team, mate, he should face the press. Whether we like it or dislike it, it doesn't really matter. That's part of his job, and he needs to carry out his job. His job, what's the right word for it?
Job description.
Job description, and Facing the press is one of them. I think he'll do it, mate. I think he'll sit in front of the press.
He might demand to do it, Fox, you know.
Aye.
Well, listen, see, as far as the press goes, lads, well, know it. They've got them found guilty and sentenced already. Apparently, Kenny Miller's been sacked. He's gone to Hibs, and Lee Wallace has gone to Hearts. The way they're talking, you know. So, as far as the press goes, I wouldn't feed them anything. Being quite honest, you know.
Kenny Miller will not go to Hibs, mate.
No, but I tell you what, I'd love to see you sicking them all. The team running out on Sunday with Miller and Wallace in the team.
I don't think that's going to
happen.
happen.
I know, but it'd be a good get it right up, you win it. Then pull them off after 5 minutes.
But is this the same? Is this the same?
Joke Wallace and Jimmy Miller running out.
Is this the same players that were told can't get into anybody's team? The club Rangers Football Club's squad are absolute rubbish. And here you're finding out that the team that's potentially challenging for second place in the league, allegedly are interested in signing him, and that's Hibs. And you're wondering to yourself, but the same papers are telling us we've got a rubbish team, a rubbish side, terrible players, and they would never get into anybody else's team. But what's this about then? Why are they doing it? Why is this happening? I've got no idea, of course, you know. I just don't understand it. I just don't. Personally speaking, for me, I would just stop the press conferences until we get ourselves back on our feet again. Just stop doing them.
They're contracted to do them, Bridge.
I know. I understand that. It's just my feelings. I just think we should stop doing it. Find a way. Just find a way of not doing it. Or indeed, put one of the junior coaches up and answer 2 questions and the rest you don't know. No comment. Something like that, you know, because it's just feeding the bile. The bile and the hatred is pouring out of them every single time now. They can't wait to get that boy in. They can't wait to get him in and ask questions of him. And they'll have him greeting. He was nearly greeting in his after-match conference. He'll be nearly greeting again this time. That's what I think.
That's a terrible thing to say, mate. The man's a grown man. I think he'll handle it.
Did you not see his face when he was being asked the questions after the game? But that's the pressure. I know, but that's the pressure he's getting put under. Hey, I don't want my manager to sit there and feel that frustration. I want him to stand tall, sit tall, keep your head up, and tell them no comment. Simple.
He's only guilty at the moment of putting out a teammate. He is not, as far as we know. We don't know any different, mate. But the way it's been reported, I don't think Graham Murty done anything in the stramash that followed the game, mate. So if the board are happy for him to stay in charge, mate, I think he'll do the press conference.
I think he will as well. All I'm saying is I personally would rather if we could avoid it, because I just see the press. All they're going to do is pour all the pressure onto our manager, and he's in a weak situation, and I feel sorry for that. I don't like that, and I would rather, if it was at all possible, he should no comment every single question, but he won't because he's such a nice guy. He's going to try and answer them. And
once again, he's been naive in the media, mate.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
They've spun him a yarn, and he's fell into it, and some of the things, and then he's naive, commenting the other teams, etc. It's a shame. We don't seem to have a media presence or somebody telling them that. Don't get involved
scavengers,
with
pal. They're all scavengers. Shocking.
No, it's up been, mate, but you've got to know how to play them, you know.
I know. I'm sorry. I just feel so sorry for him. I really do.
He's doing there's an article with him in the Sun, Bridge.
The Sun, it's really and truly. I just can't stand it. I can't. You know, I have to say to you, and I say this to all the Rangers fans, and I mean this in all sincerity. As I say that the other night there, I absolutely love watching the news at night, 6 o'clock news, and I catch all the Scottish news. And every now and again, there's some sport on and Rangers are mentioned. But for every night since Sunday there, it's been all the negatives. And we've had the Golem marching up and down outside Ibrox way with the stadium in the background. And I'm thinking to myself, why have we not got a half a mile or a mile curfew on him that he can't come anywhere near our stadium? Why have we not got that? Why is that guy allowed to come up to Ibrox and I just can't stand him.
You can fill them in the street, Bridge. There's no.
But they're on the street. I'm saying that they're on the street. I'm just saying, if there's, what do they call that? Half a mile, whatever it is, you're not allowed within half a mile exit. You're not allowed within a mile or a half a mile Ibrox. Let them do it in the studio. I don't care where it is. Shocking.
That's a good idea. Maybe we should do that with Big Ulster.
Oh, yes, a good idea, right enough. No ferries for Ulster.
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd, mate. Aye, well, at least they won the last game you were at, mate, eh?
Well, yeah.
Yes, he's got a good record.
When was the last time you seen them win in Ox, just as a matter of interest?
Hamilton. The Hamilton game. I've not got the best record lately and all. Hamilton game, just there. When was that? 6 weeks ago.
Anyway, look at the time.
I know. We've reached that time of the evening. Bridgeman, what have you got to say for yourself?
What have I got to say for myself? What I've got to say is this. Please, everybody, to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly our radio station here, please, everybody, you need to keep it going for the Rangers. We desperately need it. We need all your support all the time. Keep it going.
This has been Rangers Radio. Thanks to everybody who took part in the panel this evening. Thanks to everybody in the lobby. Thanks to everybody for listening. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, folks.
Oh, every other Saturday's my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wandered down the Copeland Road, me and my wee pal Joe. We love to see the lasses with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you that the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, we love to see them cry. We love to see the lasses with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you that the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. We've won the Scottish League almost every time the League Cups assemble too. We get some exhibitions in the Scottish Cup. We are the Cup winners true. And when the Rangers win the European Cup, as we've done with the one before, we'll gather round the Ibrox 50,000 strong to give the boys an Ibrox roar. Me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, how we love to see them cry. We love to see the lasses with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. But I don't have to tell you that the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score. Me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Oh, we love to see them cry. We love to see the lasses with the blue scarves on. We love to hear the boys all roar. I don't have to tell you that the best of all, we love to see the Rangers score.